This is a walkthrough for this Edexcel GCSE foundation paper, November 2024. So you can use a calculator for this exam. Okay, question 1, write 17% as a fraction. Percent means out of 100, so 17 out of 100. Write 140 minutes in hours and minutes. So every hour 60 minutes. So 60, 120 takes you to 2 hours. So 2 hours takes you to 120 minutes, and the 20 minutes left over. Write these numbers in order from smallest to largest. And I'll line them up here. Okay, there's a space, I'm just going to put a 0. So as you can see, 0.05 is the smallest. And then 0.5, 0.507, and then 0.57. Write down the mathematical name for this polygon. Let's just count how many sides it's got. 6 sides is a hexagon. Find the number exactly halfway between -2 and 8. So on a number line here, let's just draw a straight number line. Let's say -2 is here, 0 here, 8 here. So between -2 and 0 is 2 numbers. Between 0 and 8 is 8 numbers. So altogether there you've got 10 numbers. Half of 10 is 5. So like 5 way along from each will give you the middle number. 8 take away 5 is 3. So 3 is your middle number. Jo uses beads to make bracelets. For each bracelet, she uses 5 red beads and 7 white beads. Jo has 52 red beads and 80 white beads. Work out the greatest number of bracelets Jo can make. Okay, so 52 divided by 5, well 50 divided by 5 is 10. So with the red she can make 10. 80 divided by 7. 7 times 11 is 77. Which is the closest multiple of 7 to 80. So she can make 11 red, 11 with the white. But it wants the maximum number, so it's 10. Question 7. Here are the ages in years of 8 children. Work out the mean age. To find the mean, we need to add up all the numbers and divide by the amount. We can use a calculator for this. So 96. 96 divided by 8. 12. Work out the range of the ages. The range is the biggest take away the smallest. Biggest is 15. Smallest is 9. Sixth. On the probability, one of the children is chosen at random. On the probability scale below, mark with a cross the probability that this child has an age of 15. How many are 15? 2. 2 out of 8. I divide both of those by 2, I get 1/4. perimeter. Half is here, a quarter is there. Junaid says that 20 is a square number because 10 squared equals 20. Is Junaid correct? No. 10 squares is a multiplying number by itself, which is 100. Chloe says, when you divide an even number, the answer is always an even number. Write down an example to show Chloe's wrong. What, 10 is even, 2 is even, 10 divided by 2 is 5, 5 is odd, so Chloe's wrong. The 90 red counters and 150 yellow counters in the bag. Write down the ratio of red counters to yellow counters. Give your answer in the simplest form. I'm going to divide them both by 10 first. Divide them both by 3. Question 10, here is a square. The perimeter of the square is 40, which means the distance around the outside is 40. 40 divided by 4 is 10. So each length of the square is 10. 5 of these squares used to make the shape below work out the perimeter. So each of these is 10. The perimeter is the distance around the outside. I need 12 times 10, which is 120 centimetres. Simplify 2x times 3y. 2 times 3 is 6. X times y is xy. Simplify. So we're going to collect our d's. 3d plus 2d is 5d minus 4e plus e minus 3e. 180 tickets sold for a concert. 60% are child tickets. The rest of the tickets are adult tickets. Total cost for 180 tickets is £1,944. Each child ticket costs £8. Work out the total cost of a child ticket. Okay, let's just break this down. We've got 180 tickets, 60% are child tickets. So 10% of 180. Let's divide 180 by 10. 18. 10% is 18. To get 60%, we're going to multiply this by 6. We can use our calculators. So 108. So 108 child tickets. And then adult, we just need to do 180, take away 108. Again, you can use your calculators, 72. The cost of 180 tickets is £1,944, so that's the total cost. Each child ticket costs £8. We've got 108 of them, so 108 times £8 is £864. Let's take that off the 1,944. £1,080. That's the total cost of all the adult tickets. So let's divide that by 72 to work out the cost per ticket. 15. Question 13. ABC is a triangle. BCD is a straight line. Show the triangle as isosceles. Equal angles on a straight line out 280. 65. Angles around a point at 360. 'Angles in a triangle at 280. 'So it is isosceles because these angles are the same. Oh, it says give a reason for each stage of your working out. Here I should have written angles on a straight line. Add to 180. And here, angles around a point. Add to 360. And here, angles in a triangle. Add 280. So let me just give the final sentence here. Triangle ABC is isosceles because two angles are the same. Amy walked from her home to the skate park. Travel graph of Amy's walk to the skate park is shown below. On the way to the skate park, Amy stopped at a friend's house. So this is her stopping at a friend's house here. How far is it from a friend's house to the skate park? So this is Amy's home here. Start of a journey. This is the skate park. This is Amy's friend's house because she stopped here. Distance doesn't change. Remains at 3. So from 3 to 5 is 2 kilometres. Amy stayed at the skate park for 2 hours. Then she walked home at a steady speed. She took 1.5 hours to walk home. Complete the travel graph. She stayed at her friend at the skate park for 2 hours. So 1 hour, 2 hours. She walked home at a steady speed. Took 1.5 hours. 5, 6, 6:30. She arrived at home. I just need to draw a line connecting. Straight line the ruler. Question 15. A map has a scale of 1 to 25,000. So that means that 1 centimetre on the map represents 25,000 centimetres in real life. On the map, a road has a length of 14 centimetres. Work out the real length of the road, give your answer in kilometres. So each centimetre on the map is 25,000 centimetres in real life. We have 14 centimetres on the map. Let's times that by 14 to get the amount of centimetres in real life. So it's 350,000 centimetres, or is that in kilometres? So 1 metre is 100 centimetres. 1 kilometre is 1,000 metres. So we need to convert this into, first of all, metres by dividing by 100. Then into kilometres by dividing by 1,000, which is 3.5 kilometres. That's the final answer. Question 16. Alicia has 2 boxes of sweets, box A and box B. In box B, there are only 10 red sweets, 30 green sweets. Box B, there are only 7 red sweets and 18 green sweets. Aisha is going to take at random a sweet from box A and a sweet from box B. Which box gives Aisha the greater probability of taking a red sweet, box A or box B? Now let's look at the probability from box A of getting a red sweet. How many red sweets are there? 10. How many sweets are there in total? 40. Now I'm going to simplify that. Quarter. So I divided the numerator and denominator by 10. Box B. Probability of getting a red is 7 out of, how many have we got in total? 7 out of 18 is 25. Okay, it's difficult to compare those fractions at the moment. I'm going to turn them into percentages. So on your calculator, to turn this into a decimal, first of all, we just do 1 divided by 4. That line means divide. And to change decimal to a percentage, we times it by 100. Similarly here, 7 divided by 25. 0.28 times it by 100. So as you can see, 28% is higher. So the answer is box B. Last year, Emma's car insurance cost £285. This year, her car insurance cost 7% less. Work out the cost of Emma's car insurance this year. Let's work out 7% of £285. The easiest way to do this is convert 7% to a decimal by dividing it by 100 and multiplying by 285. Which is £19.95. Peter sells bikes. Each month he is paid £1,700 plus a bonus. The bonus is 5% of the total value of the bikes he sells each month. Last month Peter was paid £2,100. Work out the total value of the bikes he sold last month. So Peter gets paid this amount regardless. Let's just take that off the 2,100. He's got £400, which is the bonus. The bonus is 5% of the total value of the bikes he sells that month. So this is the bonus, and it represents 5%. So we need to work it up to 100%. Let's get 1% now by dividing 5% divided by 5 will give you 1%. Let's divide this by 5. And now let's get our 100% by timesing it by 100. So £8,000. Not sure if that didn't, that was part A. Part B, I'll put the answer up here. That's the value of the bikes he sold last month. Because 5% of 8,000 would give you £400, which is the bonus he would have got from the 5% of the total value of the bikes he sold. Describe fully the transformation that maps triangle A onto B. See, A is smaller than B. So if you can see, it's an enlargement. You have the choice of reflection, which is a flip, it's not been flipped. Rotation, it's been turned, it's not been turned. And translation, which is just moved along a grid. This one is enlargement. So for enlargement, we need 2 bits of information. We need a scale factor, and we need a centre of enlargement. So your scale factor, you see it's multiplied by 2. This length on the original shape to get the length of the enlarged shape. We also need a centre of enlargement. So you need to choose 2 corners of your shape. You need to join them up with a line, with a ruler. You do the same from 2 other points. I'm going to choose this one and this one. Where the lines meet is your centre. So it is at the origin here, so centre is 0, 0. That's what we call the centre of enlargement. Factorise fully. So factorise means put back into a bracket. Highest common factor of 15 and 5 is 5. W is in both of these. What you multiply 5W by to get 15W squared. 3W or minus what do you multiply 5W by to get 5W? Just 1. There's your answer. On the number line, show the successive values of x, for which x is between minus 2 and 4. I need an open circle at minus 2. I need a closed circle at 4, because it's got an equals on it. And then just join them up together. Question 20. Use your calculator to work out the value of. So let's just work each bit out separately. For the numerator, the denominator, square root 192.6 divided by, or you could use your fraction button, 8.934. Write down all the digits on your calculator display. scatter graph shows information about some ships. It shows the length and width of each ship. Write down the correlation. As the length increases, so does the width, so it is positive correlation. Same question. Draw a line of best fit. So your line of best fit does not have to go through this corner here. It's got to show the general trend of your crosses, the general direction, and you've got to have about half the amount of crosses on each side. I'm just going to move mine up ever so slightly. There we go. A different ship has a length of 194 centimetres. Use your line of best fit. Find an estimate for the width of the ship. So if you look along the x-axis here, we've got length. Look at 194. There's 190. Be careful of the scale, it's actually going up in twos. So 192, 194 will be here. So we go up with a ruler to find the line of best fit here. And then you go across. So 25. Each box is 1 on your y-axis. So 25, 26, 27. In London, a 200 gram chocolate bar costs £3.50. In Zurich, a 360 gram chocolate bar costs 7.2 Swiss francs. The exchange rate is £1 equals 1.25 Swiss francs. Which city is a chocolate bar the better value for money? In London or in Zurich? You must show how you got your answer. Right, so as well as the costs being in different units, there's also a different amount of chocolate bars. We need to get the chocolate bar the same first. We've got 200 grams and 360 grams. I think I'm going to compare 100 grams of each. So 100 grams of chocolate bar in London. We need to divide £3.50 by 2, because 200 grams divided by 2 is 100 grams. So it'll cost you £1.75. Okay, now this isn't quite as easy. You need to make 360 grams in Zurich into 100 grams. Let's divide it by 36 first to make it into 10. And then we'll times it by 10. So 7.2 Swiss francs divided by 36 is 0.2. So we know 10 grams is 0.2 Swiss francs. And you're going to multiply it by 10 now to get 100 grams. If I multiply 0.2 by 10, we get 2 Swiss francs. Okay, now we can convert into the same unit. It's up to you if you want to work with pounds or Swiss francs. I think I'm going to convert them both into Swiss francs. We need to convert £1.75 into Swiss francs. Just from this exchange rate here, you times by 1.25. So £1.75 times £1, 1.25 is 2.1875, which is more expensive in London. So Zurich is cheaper. Question 23. Universal set is odd numbers between 0 and 20. A is 3, 9, 15, 17. B is 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19. Okay, Tom has asked to draw a Venn diagram for this information. Here is his answer. Right, two things Tom should do to make his answer fully correct. He's got 17 in twice, I noticed straight away. 17 is in two different places. So it should only appear once. That's one mistake. His other mistake, has he got all the numbers between 0 and 20? So where's number 1? 1 should be around the outside. There possibly are other numbers. So there, yeah, should be numbers around the outside, e.g. the number 1. Question 24. Complete the table of values for y equals x squared minus 2x minus 3. So here we've got our x values, and here we have y values generated by this equation, y equals to x squared minus 2x minus 3. So to work out the y values, we've got to sub in these x values into this equation. So let's put 4 into the equation. I would just type it into my calculator. So 4 squared minus 2 times 4 minus 3, 5. And x is 4, y is 5. 3. So we've got 3 squared minus 2 times 3 minus 3. 0. And x is 3, y is 0. 2 minus 3. Plot straight on the graph. 1. So 1 squared minus 2 times 1 minus 3. Negative 4. 0. I've just plotted this point in the wrong place. So go back on the graph. So that should be 1, negative 4. 0, so 0 squared minus 2 times 0, take away 3, is minus 3. Minus 1 and 0. Like you see, our crosses form a curve. So you know the answer is going to be up here somewhere to kind of match the pattern. You've got to be careful when you put this into your calculator, because it's a negative number. You need brackets around your negative 2 like this. So bracket minus 2 bracket squared minus 2 times minus 2, take away 3, you get 5. It's pretty easy to make a mistake there. And then you draw a freehand curve through all the points. So your answer should look something like this. Question 25. Cost of a first class stamp increased from 76p to 85p. Cost of a second class stamp increased from 65p to 66p. Philip says the percentage increase in the cost of a first class stamp is more than 7 times the percentage increase in the cost of a second class stamp. Is Philip correct? So we need to work out the percentage increase in both. Formula for percentage increase is difference over original times 100. So for his first class stamp, difference between 85 and 76, you just subtract them, is 9. The original amount is 76 here. So 9 divided by 76 times 100 is 11.8%. And for a second, difference is 1p over the original is 65. £1.538. Right, I'm going to multiply this by 7 then. And you get 10.76, 10.8. So hang on, what does he say? It's more than 7 times. So yes, it is more. So Philip is correct. Because 11.8% is more than 10.8%. Question 26. Diagram shows a triangle ABC. In the diagram, all measurements are in centimetres. The perimeter of the triangle is 72 centimetres. Work out the area. So I know all of these lengths add up to the perimeter. And I know the perimeter is 72, so I can put all of that equal to 72. If I collect your like terms here, 2x have 4x have 2x is 8x. Right now 5, take away 4, plus 11, it's 12. I'm going to solve this equation by taking 12 off both sides. Divide both sides by 8. Gives you x is 7.5. So the base measurement here is 2 times 7.5 plus 5 is 20. And the measurement here is the same as this measurement, so we only need to put it into one of the expressions. 2 times 7.5 plus 11, 26. Okay, now to work out the area of a triangle, it's base times height divided by 2. You notice here, we have a right angle triangle. What maths should we be thinking for right angle triangles? Pythagoras or SOHCAHTOA. We have whole base is 20, so here is 10. Pythagoras, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. C has to be a hypotenuse. A and b do not matter too much. So we have 10 squared plus x squared is equal to 26 squared. 26 squared is 676. 10 squared is 100. But we solve this equation by taking 100 off both sides, square rooting both sides, x is 24. It's all not finished. We need to work out the area of the triangle. Base times height divided by 2. Base is 20, height is 24. So base times height, 480, divide by 2, 240 centimetres squared. Question 27. 1.25 times 10 to the minus 12 is equal to k times 4 times 10 to the minus 20. Work out the value of k. I'm going to kind of use this as an equation, I think. To get k by itself, I need to divide both sides by 4 times 10 to the minus 20. We'll make that a 1 here. So I need to do 1.25 times 10 to the minus 12 divided by 4 times 10 to the minus 20. You can use your calculator here. There is a standard form button, the 10 times 10 to the x. If you just type it straight into your calculator, you get this answer here. $31,250,000 in standard form is 3.125 times 10 to the power 7. Question 28. Diagram shows a solid cylinder with base radius 3 and height 10. Cylinder is made from steel. The mass of 2,250 grams. Work out the density of the steel. Give your answer to 3 significant figures. So density equals mass over volume. You might use this triangle. TMV. We know the mass. We're working out the density. Volume we don't know, but we can work out the volume of a cylinder. Formula is pi r squared h. Radius is 3. Height is 10. So pi times 3 squared times 10 is 282.74. One's above the other, so we divide. 2,250 divided by 282.74. Give you a density of 7.96 to 3 significant figures. Grams per centimetres cubed.